if nothing else, I hope there's a special spot in hell for Vince McMahon for what happened.
I will never forgive your mother for giving birth to you.
96% of adults go to work hungover the day after a holiday party. New Year's has the worst statistics, with almost 58% of highway deaths being alcohol related. 40% of highway deaths during the holidays are alcohol related. This holiday, stay home, stay at a friend's or a family's house. Be safe this holiday season. Don't drink and drive. Look at her. Look at this lady. She looks like she could have been hot before all of that.
I think she probably was, but now she looks like
a monster.
I was going to say, you know how cartoon characters, depending on which one, are drawn with exaggerated features?
Yeah, that's exactly what she looks like.
This is like one of them were more, it's like the Pinocchio thing, becoming a real, Pinocchio wanted to become a real boy. Well, I think this cartoon wanted to become human, and that's what happened.
Yeah, she was like, I want to be a real model. Actually, The Matrix came out at this time. And,
right, but if that is a dude, I want to see his boobs. They're nice. No lie. Beautiful work.
That dude has some hot fishing gear.
Oh yeah, you need that.
Paracord.
I'm telling you, in like an apocalypse situation,
you need
fishing
gear,
bro. You can't run out of fish ever.
Nah, man. Jesus fed 1,000 people with one.
Yeah, that's because they were everywhere. There was a plethora. He didn't do nothing special.
No, one fish.
No. Yeah, I understand.
It was just one. But does that mean like one type?
Yes.
One type of fish. Like he caught a lot of bass.
Saying. Yeah, like, he was like, it was 100 bass, but it was
fuck did I just walk into?
Hey, Jesus had some fish and shit, and we fed everybody, but no, he had a bunch of fish and everything. What kind of fish was it?
Do you believe in Jesus?
Yes, I believe in Jesus.
Well, what do you think then? You're the only one that matters in this room, right?
Now, this is a dude.
No.
Yes. Elliot Page is a biological female.
I thought she was Joseph Levitt, and then she was Elliot Page. I'm confused about this.
I think you're confused about this. Elliot Page
like,
is
she's not that dude. Like, look at my screen right here. She's not that dude right there?
No.
She looks like him, and now I'm totally not turned on anymore.
Now I need the show to see this. I need to look up Inception.
Wait, she was in, then what was she in? Because I totally was confused.
She's in Inception.
Dude, I was so confused by her gender that I thought she was a completely different person. Like, when they talk about her in the media, I'm like, that's her.
For everyone watching.
No, she was Joseph Levitt, and then she became her.
No.
So wait, she's a chick then, for real, for her entire life?
Hold on. Yes.
So she's been a chick. Gender shit messes me up, man.
Elliot Page is
I
now
thought it was Joseph
male.
Levitt. Yeah, that's Joseph.
Oh my
As
God.
a chick, dude, he would have
I
made
could see.
he would have made a beautiful chick. Like,
Dude, I can see it now.
but I'm saying, like, I always thought that. Anytime she was in the news, I was like, oh yeah, that's just Joseph Levitt. Like, I swear. I feel like she didn't.
I was meaning to highlight that this week, but I was so depressed that I didn't do shit.
What are you depressed about, man?
The whole court thing.
Fuck you. This ain't
sucks.
therapy. Shut up.
This is my therapy, fuckface. Superhero villain shit.
Yeah.
Austin Powers
Yeah.
with the cat and the
Yeah,
pinky.
like,
While he stands there and tells you his
$1
evil
billion.
plan.
and then the crowd
$1
runs in pandemonium. You know what I'm saying? And,
These
and
mosquitoes will bite the shit out of you for the next 20 minutes unless you give me $1
lock the
billion.
doors. The doors lock. The doors lock up and shit. Like,
Yeah, right.
They sticking chairs under the door handles and shit.
They're like, it's too much for us to take. Give him what he wants.
Hey, they in a hallway, in a quiet hallway, listening to people bang on the door like, help us! Like,
Chapter systems are offline. Number one. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is.
No Outlet Live with your favorite hosts on the North Coast, Jeremy Tomesek and Jarrod Stover. The road to boredom ends here.
No outlet, but I need to charge my phone.
No Outlet Live.
Welcome back. It's a whole nother episode of No Outlet Live, hosted by your boy, Jeremy Tomesek, your favorite host on the North Coast. The delinquent denim devil, the fiend in jeans.
All right,
And we are co-hosted by your favorite co-host, Jarrod Stover.
What up, what up, what up?
What's going on, my man? How was oh shit, I still got them thirds popping off. How was your week, Ben?
My week's been all right, man. Like last weekend was my birthday weekend. I went out of town for a second. Went down by Cincinnati, like close to Cincinnati, to a haunted hotel.
Oh man, a
With a good
haunted
friend.
hotel.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. Like it was all Victorian style. Like had the 4-post bed and shit. It was pretty nice. It was kind of weird. We got there and we're checking in. And they're like, we're only open till 8, and then nobody will be here till 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Like,
Whoa, it was just you?
yeah, it was just empty. And then when we got back from dinner or whatever, there was nobody else in the hotel but us. It was a small little like bed and breakfast. Like it was like 5 rooms. So that was kind of cool. We were the only ones there though.
Do you believe in haunted things?
I don't believe in them, but I find them entertaining to go and see if I could find some ghosts and stuff. I'm always looking, like, you know.
Did anything creepy happen at all?
Not so much. The chick I went with said she saw like a little flash of light in the fireplace. That could have been something, but I was passed out at that point.
You know, that's super common. A lot of people when they talk about like paranormal and them things, they always like, it's always a thing with a camera. They say all this little orb and things like that.
Yeah.
And that's what makes me always feel like it's far-fetched.
Yeah, for sure. Like I went on this ghost tour with my ex-wife's mom does ghost tours. She's like a psychic, like Psychic Sonia, like whatever. And we're going through this like amphitheater place. And she takes pictures of the chairs, and then like she zooms in like 3,000 times. She's like, "Look at that right there. There's somebody sitting in that chair." I'm
It's like a speck of dust.
yeah, but not even just a speck of dust. But when you see the overall picture, like this chair is like 3 miles away.
Yeah.
She like zooms in on it. Like, how did you even know that little dot was there? You know, specifically. Like, yeah, I just took this picture and I searched it for 5 seconds, and I deduced that there was a guy sitting in that chair. Over there. Like,
Looking way too far into stuff that just like makes your mind really
right.
play a trick on itself. It's like a placebo effect.
Yes, which I think it's more entertainment, and I understand that that side of it or whatever. But you know, if she thinks it's real, I guess it's real. I don't know for sure. I don't believe.
When I was younger, I would come out to East Cleveland. My mom lived on like somewhere by Fleet, somewhere in the hood, but she had this house. It was like it looked very tiny from the front, but when you walked in, it was a giant house and it had 2 separate kitchens. And they said that when the house was first erected, they had separate kitchens and dining rooms because it was a slave house. And they swore up and down that there was ghosts in that house. Like my sister, my mom, my mom's second husband. I don't even know if she was married to my dad. So maybe her first husband. But everybody swore up and down that the house was haunted. And it creeped me out as a child. I feel like I remember shadows, but I was so young that my mind could have been playing tricks on me.
True. And you are very susceptible as a child to feel more like spirit energy and stuff, they say, though. You know what I'm saying? So you see it as a child, but then as you grow up, you kind of grow out of it, maybe, they say.
Yeah.
But was everybody seeing the same thing, or were they all having separate experiences?
They all said it was the same thing. They said it was like there was like this big, tall, like jacked dude, but you would only see the form of him and not actually see face or like clothing or nothing.
Right.
You'd see like a shadowy, like jacked dude just like standing over you.
Right. What I think is weird about the ghost thing is that people believe, even though they have all these ghost hunter shows and they never see anything, you know
Not
what I'm saying?
ever once.
It's just always like, what was that over there? I was totally scared for a second. The good thing that wasn't a real ghost, guys. Like,
And like they pull out like the electromagnetic pulse things, and they're like, you see, the electricity in this room is going up because of the amperage on my meter.
Right,
That
and-
means there's a ghost in here.
right. And what do you think all that shit cost? That was like a useless hobby, I feel like.
Yeah. But I mean, a lot of people do get like real primetime TV shows for it. So it's not like, it's not completely useless. You can make a pretty penny being like a ghost hunter.
Yeah, for entertainment, which I think is really all it's worth. Even though one time I did actually think I saw a ghost, but I just brushed it off as to, you know, I'm being stupid.
Being a kid.
Right. It was like in high school, I lived in the graveyard.
Oh, being in high school ain't that young.
No, but I'm saying that's young compared to where I am now.
Yeah.
But so my girlfriend would always come over, like, and the house is right in the center of the graveyard, so you had to walk through like all the grave sites and stuff down to the front gate to walk her out because she's always scared to walk out. And it was like,
Are you talking about the punk rock girlfriend?
what's the punk rock one?
Was it that the sisters that we used to hang out with?
I can't even remember, dude. There's been a lot since then. There's like a lot has gone on since high school.
Elena?
Oh, no, not her.
Okay, because I was gonna say like that chick doesn't seem like she'd be scared of walking through a graveyard. Seems like she
no.
wanted to be in a graveyard.
Yeah, she was like, I'm picking me up a ghost tonight. I need someone to take me home. You know? But no, it was before her.
Okay.
But so I walk her down, and I'm coming back up, and the ground's wet. It's like snow, and they had it plowed, so you know it's like wet ground, like on the path. And right as I'm walking up to the door, I see like what looks like someone breathing. And I stop and I'm looking, and then in the water, like running across the path in front of me, is like what looked like little footsteps. And you know, the breath and the footsteps running past me as if something was running away real quick. And instead of being like, oh shit, I saw a ghost, I just remember thinking like, that was probably nothing. Just like walking the house. But like that's my only like ghost experience I've ever had, like, where I thought maybe it was something. Like,
You've always been that dude, just be quick to be like, yeah, that really doesn't matter. That was nothing.
Well, because I'm always the dude that's like, all right, if you shift the window completely this way as a car's passing by at a 35-degree angle to the window, that makes a ghost on the wall. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Super logical. I mean,
there
you
to
are a
debunk
logic
it.
guy.
I'm a realist.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, I've had moments where like I was younger, and when I lived in Toledo, my original neighborhood was about 6 or 7 miles from where I eventually moved when I was in my teens. And I would go back to that neighborhood all the time and then go back to the hood where I ended up living in as a teenager. And there was a big cemetery there, and I would walk through there at all times of night. It was a quick cut through to get back to the hood where I lived. And I always had that weird feeling where like, I don't know, my stomach, I would get like butterflies and stuff at certain moments walking through that cemetery. And I don't know if it was because I knew I wasn't supposed to be in there, but sometimes it just felt like eerie and weird, you know?
Maybe because you were creeping yourself out, though. You were more inside of your head more than
That's
ghosts coming to get
probably
you.
what it was. Because this cemetery had like, there was like certain grave plots that were crazy, like from rich people, where there was like full blown pyramids and like
Hell yeah.
like a miniature coliseum and stuff like that. Like people would have like crazy architecture for their grave plots.
Did you call it a coliseum or is it a mausoleum or something?
Well, they would. I said coliseum, but like you know how like ancient Roman structures.
Yeah.
People would have that like built for their grave plot.
Right, but isn't that called? Am I mistaken on that? Is it?
You might be right.
Mausoleum or whatever. That's what I was wondering. Because there's a place over in right over by Coventry that I went to not too long ago that had all those it's like big like structures like that, and there's just a bunch of graves in them, like in the walls, like you like go.
No,
they're
these
all
would be for
locked.
one person.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they would have like somebody would have a pyramid erected for them, and then somebody else would have like it would look like a court building. You know what I mean? With
Yeah.
like the pillars and like the little angels made out of stone on the top and stuff.
Man, them people are narcissists and egotistical, dude. Who built a whole house to get buried in? Just throw me in the ground real quick in my backyard. Like you don't even got to tell anybody I'm gone.
I always said that I wanted to, and they make this stuff now. I've been saying this since I was a kid. I want to be planted as like tree food, and I want to be a tree. I want like a tree to use me as nutrients. I don't want to be embalmed, and I want to have all my organs in. Just
Right.
throw me in the ground and plant a tree on me.
Well, do you have to plant a tree though? Because I think like just natural breakdown of yourself would go back into the earth and grow something.
Well, they
Like,
sell these pods now. I looked it up.
I know I've seen those too.
Have you seen it?
Yep.
Yeah, them pods are dope. I would probably do that. Just stick me in that little egg and then have a tree grow out of it.
Right. But what are they? Just like burlap sacks? Like I could sell somebody a burlap sack to bury themselves in.
I don't think it's not a burlap sack. It's like hold on,
Do they put the whole thing of you in it, or do they grind you up first?
No, I think they put your whole body in like fetal position in it.
Okay, that's what I thought I saw too. That's why I said I think they're just putting them in a burlap sack with like some fertilizer and letting you go.
Tree pod for dead people. Now this is yeah, it's like an egg. You see this
Yeah, you just look like a giant seed ready
Yeah,
to be
dude.
planted. Like
Yep.
I dig it.
and that's dope. I like that.
I don't know. It looks uncomfortable though. Even if you're dead and you have to sit like that for the rest of your life, like you might get a little cramped.
Ain't enough leg room in that cocoon.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I think about that stuff a lot. It's kind of, I don't know, like the paranormal things and all that. I kind of, I got off of that a long time ago and just, I don't really believe in it. I've been thinking about this, getting ready for to start my therapy and stuff because I got therapy coming up, and I'm sitting down with like a counselor guy that's gonna line this all up on Monday, and I've been thinking about what I'm gonna say to this dude, and really a lot of my problems boil down to my loss of belief in everything. I used to be a strong believer in a lot of stuff, and now I just really don't believe in anything, and I think it causes problems with me, like depression and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, for anybody, I guess. If you thought your reality was your reality, and then you realized you were living a basic lie, of course that's gonna have a mental effect on you. Like, damn, I've been played for all this time, you know?
That's how I do feel like that. Like even like just living day-to-day life as a modern day human, I feel like I'm being played out, and I almost feel like really what does matter?
What's the biggest thing that you think is the biggest lie you've heard so far? Like something that just like threw you for a loop where you're like, I just can't believe I believed this for so long.
Working a job that's the only way to get by.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. And they've sold you that like lie. You know, there has to be poor people to work for people who are making all the money. That's capitalism, you know?
Yeah. But I've always loved this stuff. Ever since I was a child, I've always had a computer. Even though I was like poor and stuff, my family knew how to, like, we'd get computers out of the trash on trash days, and then we'd piece together really nice computers and we'd use them and stuff.
Hell yeah.
And I've always had my access to technology, and I love tech. I'm podcasting right now because of hardcore tech that's going on in this room.
Yep.
But I also don't like what I have to do to earn all of this stuff, and I don't believe in it.
But you should be proud of what you've done. I think poor people are smart fucking people because they are very like resilient and they get shit, you know, even if they don't have, like you said, like the money for something.
Yeah.
They'll go out and build that shit with their hands for the most part. You know what I'm
It's like
saying?
them kids in like Africa and India that like build helicopters out of trash and
Yeah,
stuff.
that's what I'm saying, dude. You could have one of those in your backyard right now. Trash helicopter.
It is wild though. But I don't know, I'm debating on what I'm gonna like say to this guy, because that's really what's been throwing me for a loop. This all started when I set up my primary care physician. They gave me like this survey and I filled everything out with complete honesty. And my care physician was like, "You seem kind of depressed, huh?" And I was like, "Yeah, I might be a little bit."
Right. Are you sure you want to write this down? Like,
But she was trying to like immediately went into like meds, was trying to do the meds thing, and I was like, I don't want that.
they'll always try to sell you their drugs, dude, because they just want to keep you sick, so you'll keep coming back for their drugs. No
Right.
different than, you know, the drug dealer on the street. They're doing this, playing the same game on you. Like,
And I've been doing like this super sober thing lately and really changing my life around. And I'm thinking like, I'm getting off of drugs and booze and all that stuff. I don't want a prescription version of it now.
right, which everything they sell you is drugs, down to like caffeine, all that shit. They're just selling you drugs. If they were honest about everything, they'd tell you all this shit is definitely
It's all poison.
detriment. Yeah, they're poisoning you.
Yeah.
Like, but you know, mighty dollar lives another day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a big factor in things I think about. Because like partially a part of that bug out bag that I was like buying and building it up is kind of like, I don't know, one day I might break and just leave society and kind of like try to be my own version of like that movie. What is that movie? Out in the Wild.
Yeah, Into the Wild. Or
Yeah,
Out in the
dude.
Wild. Yeah, I remember that shit. That dude died though, so you should keep that in mind.
Yeah, and he was also like a Harvard smart guy from with plants, and he died from eating plants.
Yeah, ain't that ironic? You know.
But he was also kind of dumb. I mean, he's a Harvard guy. I have common sense, like street smarts. You know what I mean?
True, but he could probably like, I don't know who would be smarter in that situation. I was thinking about this the other day. I guess like when it comes down to actual survival, do you think you have what it actually takes? Because you know what I'm saying. How long could you be on the run and be without internet? Like, can you take a map and navigate yourself somewhere? Like, can the average person do that? You know what I'm saying?
I couldn't do it in the woods without a compass, for sure.
Well, a compass. I'm saying just very like things that they would use. You know, like
in America,
Columbus.
I believe I could.
And maybe you could. So let's put that to theory and let's start testing some of these theories. How resilient? How long could you last out in the wild? You know, and we'll make videos and we'll start posting the videos of it. And everybody can follow along. Like, I want to see for sure.
I would need more time on my hands though. Like we'd have to use my vacation days and stuff,
Right.
and add them on the weekends,
Well,
so
I
I
think
could
we
have
should
like
get-
a 4 or 5 days to
Right.
just survive in the wild.
Yeah. And I think we should get like 3 or 4 people to do it on their own and then document all 4 of those people and see. Because I don't think overall a lot of people could survive out here. And when shit does hit the fan and everybody does have to bug out, how many of those people you think are going to last, like have what it takes to last out for a long time before they just give up and come back to society and get killed or whatever, you know?
I don't know
From
if
whatever
I-
we're running from.
I don't know how long I would make it myself, honestly, because I watch survival shows a lot, and there's that one competition. Forget what it's called. There's this competition show where they send 15 people out into Alaska, and these are trained. They know they can survive.
Right.
They do it all the time, like hunting and all that stuff, and most of them just drop out practically within the first month.
But that's where you said you were going to go, right? You said you were going to go to Alaska. That would be where all the hunting and stuff would be.
I wouldn't go as deep as they go. They kind of put these people in the craziest predicaments.
Well, I think all of Alaska is deep into the wilderness pretty much. You know what I'm saying? That if people like go out in the woods by their house, like they come up missing, like people get scared for them. You know what I'm saying?
I would stay close to like a civilized area, but far enough away that I'm not like that you wouldn't stumble upon me.
The unfortunate thing about all that is if you're in a civilized area, you're putting yourself at high risk for people trying to come and take your shit or get what you want. You want to bug out to those areas. So you have to be able to last in those places. And I don't think a lot of people could, to tell you the truth.
It depends on if you're next to a source like a lake. If I have a source of fish, then I'm good. I think I'm good. Because you could fish all year round.
Well,
you could ice fish. You could fish throughout the whole year.
Right. When it comes to fish, I've been looking up. Have you ever heard of aquaponics?
That's where you could take fish tanks and then grow plants with them.
Yeah, and I was gonna start trying to. I'm looking into how to do it, but I'm gonna start breeding the fish for the fish tank, right? And then having it grow the fruits and vegetables up top. And then I'm gonna have all in one unit that'll make my fish. And every day I'll just cycle the fish out. I'll get my little vegetables that it's growing and shit, and have like self-sustaining food from that. I don't know how many fish it would take, but if you get like one of those big ass like 256 liter or gallon whatever it is totes, like you could fit a bunch of fish in there, and then just have them like just banging all day.
Just have them banging,
feeding my plants, and then feeding me.
Hey man, this carrot tastes a lot like fish semen.
Yeah, right. That's a delicacy in my neck of the woods.
Shit, when it comes down to it, man, I was talking to somebody at work about like how far you would go in a survival situation and what you would eat, and I would eat practically anything. Like, aren't you a fan of like crawdads?
Oh yeah, I eat them. Me and my stepson always used to get them.
I have never eaten them, and I've always been like weirded out by them because like don't you pop off the head and then suck the brain out?
You can do that. I'm not a big fan of that. No, dude, my dad is like southern dude, like, so he does that shit, like looks all tough, like hits it like a shooter, like I'm like, all right, dude, like I'm not doing that myself, but like
I thought that was like the custom of when you eat them, so I never ate them.
No, because they're just like shrimp. You just basically peel all the shell off, but it's just a little shrimp in there, and it's like a spicy flavor shrimp.
Well, after you season it, right?
I don't know if it's the season. I think they're naturally like a naturally spicier meat. You just use Cajun seasoning or whatever, El Bay seasoning, or whatever. But that's not spice.
Yeah, it is.
Maybe it is. I don't know. I never thought about it, dude. You throw a bunch of them in a boiling water with some of the El Bay shit in there and some other shit, and then it just, I don't know. It's like, it's good though. It's like,
I don't think if you eat a crawfish straight out the lake, it's gonna be spicy.
Dude, I bet it would be.
No,
Let's try.
You're just showing your white side right now.
No, I know. I never claimed to be anything else.
He's like, there's some salt on there. It's spicy.
Yeah. Like, white people don't know about shrimp with spice. They call it shit crawdads.
Yeah,
I couldn't dip it in mayonnaise. So.
Yeah, I never ate them. So it's like shrimp.
Exactly like shrimp, except they're probably smaller than shrimp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did go to St. Louis at one point, and in St. Louis, the Mississippi River has jumbo shrimps. They're like 5-inch shrimp.
Oh yeah, you said they call them prawns, right?
Yeah, they're prawns.
Of course, I knew that. I just thought it was weird. You were like, they call them prawns. No, everybody calls them prawns.
Dude, them things freaked me out. I only ate one of them because I was like grossed out by it.
That you went all the way to St. Louis for that? I feel like you get that at any local buffet.
Well, I don't know. I didn't go all the way there for that, but that was like one of the things that we did while we were there.
All right. You weren't planning on doing it, though. I hope you didn't plan a whole vacation around going there to eat prawns.
No, but we went. I went there with my dad. His niece or somebody that's related to my dad lives out there. So we went out there and visited. We went and seen something new. Went to St. Louis.
Right.
And she took us to the biggest biker bar in America. And
nice.
They had like this gigantic prawn bar there. And we were like, everybody got their dishes and all that stuff, and we went to eat them. Like, you had to devein them in salt water
you
yourself.
definitely,
and like take all the legs off of them. They had like 1,000 legs. They looked like giant bugs.
I know. I've eaten prawns a million times, but like, you just peel the shell. Like, you don't have to peel their legs off one by one. That sounds brutal, dude.
Yeah, it was gross, dude. I was not into it. It really
You just didn't know what you were
off.
doing. That's all.
I guess so, man. I'm not like super hip on like seafoods. And...
Now your white's showing.
That's true. Good one. Nice. Yeah. So I don't know. That's pretty much been my week. I've just been working and really planning what I'm going to tell the therapist. And I missed my meeting with my probation officer and didn't realize till earlier. And I sent him an email, but it was like at the end of the day, so I don't know if he's seen it.
Yeah.
But I was supposed to see him 2 days ago on like Wednesday. Completely forgot. For some reason, I was thinking it was next month. But yeah, and I was just down there today.
They didn't come knocking on the door like, you're going to jail, sir.
No, dude, I went down there today. I was downtown and I was paying some of my court debt down, and then I had to renew my my driving privileges and stuff.
Nice.
And I could have went and seen my PO, but I didn't think of it. Then I get back here and I'm like, man, when was I supposed to see this guy? I pull his card out of my wallet because he gave me a card with the date on it, and it was 2 days ago. So I sent him an email.
Oh, damn.
And so I
Are you in trouble though?
I don't know if I'm in trouble or not.
You might be. You might show up. You might act cool until you get there, and they're like, "What the fuck were you thinking?"
Yeah, well, I don't know. They seem very blasé with me, dude. They told me to go get my own piss test and do it whenever I want. I mean, luckily they're dealing with me, and I'm like taking it seriously.
Right.
And I wanted a change in my life because I was on the sauce a little too much, I think.
Oh yeah.
So I'm happy
We
that
all
this
are.
all kind of happened. You know, and I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I could be getting fucked up and nothing would happen.
Yeah. Right. I was gonna say something I spaced. I'm sorry. I went strokey for a second. I'm back with you now.
But like, it's not like intensive probation. Like if it was super intense to do it, been like, oh well, I got a cup here. Let's go down to the bathroom. You're gonna drop for me right now.
Right.
But he was like, yeah, just give it to me whenever, like before the next time I see you. And like I was emailing him about my vacation coming up, and he was like, a judge is supposed to approve it. It doesn't seem like they give a fuck.
Right.
He's just like, let me know when you get back. And I'm like, all right.
When it comes to like OVI and stuff, you're probably the 9 millionth person they've dealt with, and they probably know people on a first name basis. Like, oh hey Jimmy, welcome back to the program. You like that?
Yeah, dude. Fucking.
That was something for you.
Jimmy is my dad's name for anyone watching the show. Yeah, but this is like my first offense also, so I think that's another reason why they're being so lenient. They're like, they're like, whatever, like this dude's not even that big of a issue.
Yeah,
but they don't know me that well, which
not
I
yet,
want to
right?
keep it that way.
Exactly. So stay off the sauce. You know, that's all.
I still got some time to become my father.
You know, you might be. You're more than likely going to.
Nah, that's why I'm making the change now, man. Because sometimes I do think that's the one thing that weighs heavy on my shoulders, dude. I don't want to, like, my dad has good qualities and stuff, but overall, I think his overall rating is bad.
I think so too. I believe I agree with you, but I believe there's a lot more bad, stupid shit that he gets into than the good that he actually shows out. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I mean. Like,
he would keep his head down and he would do like how he like builds houses and shit and does all that. If he would do all that and just keep his head down and be a good dude, like he would be an upstanding citizen.
Dude, he would be one of the best of us.
For sure.
He would be.
He is a hardworking dude.
Somebody to look up to, you know what I mean? But he just can't stop fucking up. And I don't want to become that, so I slowed down everything that I was doing.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's good that you saw it now, though, while you still got time to change it.
But I feel like it's all been rolling out slowly and just, like, kind of happening naturally, because when I turned 27, something happened with weed to where, like, it just induces full anxiety attacks on me.
Really?
Yeah, like, I can't really smoke no more.
Dude,
Even if I want to, it fucks me up. Like, it scares me.
Yeah. I'm completely opposite. Like, I get that feeling when I'm not smoking weed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was like smoking vape pens so much that I was just smoking like cigarettes all day, and now I ran out until December 7th or whatever when we legal finally, and it's driving me crazy not being able to just hit that shit like 90% of the time. 90% of the day is just wasted to hitting the vape pen.
Dude, it is wild. Before I moved out, like before I officially moved out to Cleveland, because I used to bounce back and forth between Toledo and here all the time, but when I moved here this time, I was smoking so much wax that that was what I was primarily smoking was concentrate all the time, hitting dabs nonstop.
When rigs came out and stuff like that, I felt like I was a actual drug user.
Yeah,
like I didn't feel good about doing that. I was
it's the crack of weed.
Exactly. And I understand you get high as fuck off of it or whatever, but you kind of just look like a dope addict to me.
Dude, I was smoking so much wax and concentrate that we had smoked blunts and it wasn't even like anything. It was like smoking a cigarette pretty much. And I was like, there's no point in this. I need more wax or whatever.
Right.
And then when I moved out here, I stopped smoking because I was selling coke and doing coke like crazy. And then I forgot about weed. And then I think that's when the change happened with that was like I stopped smoking and then I tried to smoke again and it just affected me so.
Right. Like you didn't realize how much damage you were actually doing until you sobered up from it and you're like, oh, I don't like this at all. Like,
yeah, because it was like normal. I felt like when I was smoking weed, that was making me normal. And I've heard a lot of potheads say that like, oh man, I'm not even myself until I get my first smoke of the day in.
I feel like that too. Like, unless if I'm smoking, I'm really not feeling like myself because I guess that's who I am now. So when I let it go, like I don't like the person I used to be.
So you weren't here last week, and I covered the story about issue 1 and 2 that just passed. And how do you feel about the issue 2 is the marijuana one, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I don't know if I have a popular opinion on that.
What do you mean by that? What do you think?
I think everybody who voted like to have that go through and have weed passed is a fucking asshole. You just put.
Why do you say that?
Because you just put a million people out of work, like that were supporting the free market. You know what I'm saying?
That is very true.
And put all that money in the hands of the government. Keep that in the pockets of the people where it belongs, dude. People worked hard for that. Like, it's not even hard to get weed. Like, I need to go to a store to get it just so they can tax me on it.
Have you seen the memes ever since that law got passed?
No, I haven't even been on Facebook really. Like, I've been off the internet.
Dude, the memes that came out the second that passed, people were like, oh, your local drug dealer just fucking lost all of his money.
Yeah, dude, I lost a third of my income. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, shit. But yeah, I posted I took one of the memes and then I reposted it on social media and I was like, yeah, all of you ladies that was getting the free eighths for the, you know what I'm saying, that's over with.
Yeah, right.
Because the Despo, they ain't gonna give you no free eighth for that booty.
Right, because they still gotta pay the taxes on that shit.
Nobody's gonna give you free extra nugs because your ass getting fatter. I saw somebody post that.
Right. Like, dude, just think about like all like illegal growers, dudes dealing it on the street, just from like top to bottom, they just fucked everyone.
Well, I think this is going to give the government more money than what people are even considering, because the DUIs that are going to happen because of marijuana use are going to skyrocket.
Do you think though?
Oh yeah, for sure. They're going to have a way to give you sobriety tests while you're high in your car.
Sure. Well, they already do. They have like the swabs or whatever they give you or whatnot.
But them aren't I've always heard that them things aren't very accurate.
And maybe they still aren't, but they're gonna, just like all cops, I'm sure their breathalyzers aren't that accurate. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I think them things are pretty good.
They got them dialed in. It's been so long. They're like, dude, we've been doing this since the end of Prohibition. I think we got this down to a science.
Yeah, them things are pretty good. Like, you're allowed to have a drink or two and drive your car.
Right.
That is allowed, but like they can measure that. But once you're over that, they know you're fucking lying.
Right. Like, is this breathalyzer calibrated?
Yeah.
Sure. We tried everything.
That's one thing they do say about DUIs. I heard a lot of people say, like, you're supposed to deny the breathalyzer. They automatically take your license for 6 months when you do that.
But I don't think they could charge you with anything, really.
Exactly, because there's no proof behind you having the DUI.
Right. Which either way you're going to lose. So I agree with that theory. Like, you're going to lose your license anyway, regardless. Do you want a felony attached to that or whatever, too?
Right.
Like, sorry.
With the weed stuff, man, I think it's gonna bring on a whole lot of stuff that police can bug you about. That's gonna be just like alcohol related stuff. An open container. Are you gonna have a half smoked joint in your car?
Right.
Like
just what we needed, more police intervention.
And that's what's happening with that law. I do believe that.
All of that's bad, dude. Fuck you guys. If you voted on that shit, fuck you guys.
Oh, man. Yeah, fuck you, all of our listeners.
You just destroyed a whole industry. Hope you're happy.
And then that issue 1 was for the abortion laws. I was with it. I'm not a voter, and I didn't vote for none of that. So really, either way, I don't give a fuck.
Well, am I confused about the issue 1 thing? Was that on the ballot like just recently before this, and they passed like to not have abortions, and then they rewrote the law or something and put that shit back out to make it even more confusing to make people vote on it?
Not exactly sure. Well, they did just do pass a law on it, and it was to deny people of abortions within a certain period of time, no matter whether it was a rape or an incestual pregnancy.
But they can write all these other laws for you to vote on, right? And not one person writing a law said, maybe we could just, take a couple extra lines and put, in case this shit happens, it's okay to do that. You know? Why does it have to be so
black and
either
white,
for or not, you know, and there's nothing in between. And then people are like, but that means with the law being passed, that means that they can kill their baby the day before it's supposed to be born or whatever. And then it's killing babies up to 9 months. So like put a little thing in there. Like after, 6 months or whatever people feel comfortable with. I don't even know.
6 months is a long time. That's a full baby in there.
Is it though? We could debate
9
that
months.
all day. No, I'm kidding. It definitely is. But people will sit there and debate. Like, no, you could definitely kill your baby. But I'm also like, who's killing their baby at 9 months? Not that many people. And they probably have a support system around them that would talk them out of killing their baby 9 months into the pregnancy. You know what I'm saying? Like people who with moral values and stuff.
Right.
Because moral value will come into play over law, like a lot of the times. And although there might be a finite, crazy chicks like sticking hangers in their fucking vaginas, ripping 9 months old out of them, but that's not gonna happen on a huge scale.
You can't use a hanger for a 9-month-old.
Come on, dude, you can use a hanger for anything. You can use my fist on a 9-month-old. Like, right? You could probably kill a 9-month-old pretty fucking easy. To tell you the truth.
Like Freddie got fingered, you pull it out, swing it by the umbilical.
Right. Not that we're condoning killing babies.
Oh shit! Yeah, NoOutletLive does not support killing babies. Just to make it clear. But yeah, that law, I don't know how I don't know.
I think it's just a reason for people to fight. Because even like the My Body, My Choice is kind of a shitty place to be because it takes two stupid fucking probably drunk people who don't know what they're doing to make a baby. So like, not that it's your body or whatever, but it's also like, my body's inside your body at this point, bitch. So we're together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like fucking
everything's a gray area.
Don't celebrate issue 2 and then fucking go get an abortion. That's
right. Like finally we did it, ladies. Like fuck, I only had 3 hours before I was going to labor. I'm fucking 7 inches dilated.
Oh shit. Last week when I was talking about this on the last episode, I'm just mad that that there is no laws about these fucking headlights. Have you had a problem with headlights lately?
What do you mean?
The past like 5-6 years maybe, I've noticed that headlights have harnessed the power of the sun.
Oh yeah,
and
for sure.
Everybody's completely blinding me on the road. And not only that, most of I-90 throughout Cleveland doesn't have lights on the freeway.
Yeah, it's very dark. But I like drive a truck third shift every night.
Yeah.
And it kills me that a car will be coming up, I'll be completely blind. And you know how you flick the brights or whatever?
Yeah.
Like, hey, turn your brights off or whatever. No, they turn them motherfuckers on, and it looks like you ever see Christmas Vacation?
Yeah,
like
dude.
when he finally like the house lights go on and shit. Like
It's like in Pulp Fiction when they open the box.
yeah, exactly.
It's like you're seeing God every time that you're driving when the
Yeah.
sun goes down. It's crazy, dude. And
Yeah, it's insane.
I'm getting sick of it. Like, I don't know. Why isn't that something that's being discussed with like within the politicians?
Because obviously there's not enough, cars wrecking because of it. I don't know. I feel like people would get in accidents if they like don't know what they're doing. Sometimes that shit is just bright.
I think
know
it's
what you're
because
saying.
none of them fucking drive themselves,
Yeah, right.
so they don't understand.
Right. They're like, who cares if my chauffeur gets blind? Big fucking deal. Like,
Right. I mean, it is crazy. I wish I would probably vote if that came up on like a ballot.
if that's something you feel strongly about. You're
Dude.
like going to the polls for that one.
Dude, for real. Because I hate it. Sometimes like I get worried, like what if I'm being blinded? Because like sometimes I could get blinded from a half mile away.
Yeah.
Because some of these headlights are so fucking bright. What happens when I'm getting blinded from my review mirror and a deer runs out in front of me, a big old buck?
Yeah. And that happens all the time at work. Actually, someone just hit a deer, not last night, I think the night before last, and like fucked up the truck in their CNG truck. So it was like blowing like CNG into the cab. Like if you were
Oh,
smoking
man.
a cigarette, that shit just would have went up. Like,
Yeah.
Whoever smokes cigarettes in those trucks, which they do, fucking dumb, man. That's like asking for problems. Because just like that situation, the deer punctured like the fuel filter thing.
Yeah.
And then it fucked everything up. And then you're spraying the CNG, like natural gas, into the cab while you're smoking a cigarette. Like they would have instantly blown up. That shit's scary to me.
Dude, that is crazy.
Yeah.
That would be nuts to hit a deer and just explode your truck.
Right. And it didn't do that much damage. He said it was like a 12-point deer and shit. Like,
Oh man, did he
big-ass
throw it in the
rack.
back of the truck?
That's what I said. He said he called like the people, like our dispatch or whatever.
Yeah.
And they asked him like, well, how's the deer? Like, after not even asking if he was okay, they're like, well, how's the deer doing? I'm like, dude, I'm dressing that motherfucker right now. I'm waiting for the tow truck. You know what I'm saying? Like
Christmas dinner is coming
Exactly.
soon, baby.
Thanksgiving's right around the corner.
Hey, we have the venison steaks, baby.
Yes, sir. Just cut it in the shape of a turkey.
I've already deboned this one.
Right.
This turkey's a little pink.
Little bit. It's all pink on the inside, right? Is that what they say?
That's what I say.
We're not talking turkey no more, or are we?
We're talking jive turkey, baby.
Stuffing, something about stuffing. That's all I know for sure.
Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Oh man. So yeah, I don't know. Got Thanksgiving coming up. Do you what all do you have going on for your Thanksgiving?
I think I'm gonna work.
Really?
Yeah, they're talking about giving us free TVs for coming into work that day.
Really?
I don't know why. Who needs a fucking TV? I keep saying that.
What
like,
size TV?
I don't know. You want it?
Hell yeah, dude.
Okay,
We'll put it in
if
the studio.
Okay, if I go to work and they are giving out TVs, they always be saying some stupid shit and then go back on their word though.
Yeah.
But if I get a TV, man, it's yours. You can have it.
My shop's not open on Thanksgiving. We automatically have like a 4-day weekend.
Which ain't bad. I mean, that's most places. But when you are
The
when you
delivery
deliver,
service, yeah.
especially
They got to
for-
keep it moving.
especially for the post office. Like you got to be. They run. I think every day. I think we only get Christmas Day off every year.
Do you know what's in the packages that you deliver?
Well, it's all Amazon packages, so probably like fucking
Toilet paper.
Chinese boner pills and shit. Like, can't be nothing that crazy.
I don't know, man. It could be. I ordered my projector off of Amazon.
True, and we do like ship a lot of like boxes that you know what's in it, like TVs and things like that. That was the problem when I was working with Laser Ship because like Nike would mark their packages like with the Nike check on the outside of it,
Yeah.
and at Laser Ship they really didn't watch a lot of things, so people would just drive off with whole trucks of shit and be like, "Oh, today's a good day," and they only ship from like actual big box stores like Kohl's, like Nike, like all the major Gap, like
shit.
all the nice shit. You know what I'm saying?
Those are like mafia licks.
Yeah, and I never understood why those people put their logo on the outside of their bag. Like,
Yeah, it's
ship
fucking
that shit
stupid.
discreetly. You're sending somebody a $200 pair of shoes. You're gonna have your check on the outside of it.
Yeah.
Like, get out of here, dude.
Fucking lately, this is actually a good little segue, or not a segue. This is pertaining to what you were just talking about. There's been 2 big videos that have come out lately of people that deliver stuff in Memphis. A truck just got ransacked.
I heard about
In a
this, but I
major
didn't see
way.
the video.
Oh my God, this is crazy.
Which I stay armed. Like, so anybody wants to come take my shit, they can have it. But if they try to get in the cab, they're gonna catch something.
We begin the broadcast tonight with box after box taken from a FedEx truck that tried to get through a local intersection. It happened around 8:30 last night in South Memphis. Good evening. Thanks for staying up with us tonight. I'm Daniel Wilkerson. Fox 13's Lakia Scott joins us live from South Memphis tonight. Lakia, the driver didn't make it through before dozens of packages were stolen from the truck. Good evening to you.
Good evening, Daniel. And we don't have an exact count on how many packages and boxes were stolen, but we do know that when those thieves jumped onto the back of that truck, they did not hold back. I'm standing here at this intersection. This is Mallory and Riverport Road. You can see those skid marks in the middle of the road. This is where that truck driver was at. Now, the video shows the FedEx truck stuck here at Riverport and West Mallory. The driver told police that several men broke the sealed latch on the truck. They got in and started taking boxes and
How was
packages
he
away.
stuck,
You
though?
can also
Like,
see that
traffic.
the driver is blocked in by
traffic.
several cars that blocked off the road. Now, as the driver finally pushes through the traffic, thieves run after the truck, jumping
Look
on
at all
to
these
grab
people.
more. Now, I spoke with someone who says
Fuck that.
she
I'd hit the
drives this route
sidewalk. I'd be doing everything
regularly
to get out
and
of there.
fears that things could have been worse.
My thing is, somebody's going to end up getting killed. And as citizens that are paying taxes, we should have some more security, better security for the people who are paying property taxes and who want to live safely and quietly.
What does that even mean? That had nothing to do with anything.
We did.
She wasn't like, that driver was in major danger. She was like, I was in danger at my house. I pay taxes. What about me? Yeah, I'm just letting you know right now, if it's ever a situation where people are standing in front of the road and won't let me get by, I'm just gonna run you over. Like, you're gonna get out of the way or you're gonna die.
Oh yeah, like
I'm not letting a group of people pull me out of anything.
Yeah,
like
I agree with you. But if people are just stealing out of the back of a truck that I'm delivering in, you could have all that shit.
That's
I don't
what
give a fuck.
that's what I said. As long as they're not coming into the cab, like,
Yeah,
they're
dude.
not gonna have to feel the wrath. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying, of what's inside of that
Yeah.
cab. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
I don't mind that
To the
because
truck, stealing
that shit can be
packages out of
replaced.
the back.
And that's a little different in a step van.
This is in Atlanta.
Was the chick in the step van?
She was
driver, rather?
She was taking a package up to a
residence.
residence.
no
making
shit.
the rounds on social media.
And they just
All
ransacked
happened
the
on
whole
Sunday
truck.
At the Country Oaks Apartments on
See, I'm fine with that.
Fairburn Road.
But
As
like
you
I
can
said, if
see,
she's inside of
the
it,
Amazon
that's when you got to
employee
take
kinda
action
walks
against
away
those
from the
people.
truck
Because the
to
step
make that
van, you can
delivery,
walk,
and
you can
that's
walk
when
all the way up
police
to the front from the back, like it's open.
Oh,
like,
really?
To where
Oh,
the driver
right,
is. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? The truck was a little different because that's separated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like there's a buffer space.
Yeah, and the
But,
semi.
Yeah,
But
people
that
jumping in
truck-
that truck. If you're inside that truck,
Yeah, they're in
that's-
close proximity.
yeah, that's time to start shooting. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not for the safety of the packages, just because I'm going home. I don't care what you guys are doing.
Yeah. You know, and a lot of people are saying that, dude. They're like, I don't know. I was listening to the radio yesterday morning, I believe they were talking about this video. And the host of the show I listened to, he was saying, these companies just need to uproot themselves from these areas. If that's what's going on there, then you don't get that service.
Yeah.
And make the city do something about it to get the service back.
Right.
But really, what can you do about that? I mean, these, like, Atlanta's, this looks like it's like in a project area, maybe. These, like, are a bunch of, like, apartment buildings surrounding, like, this area. So, I don't know. When you're delivering stuff there, you're going to have ruckus.
And there has been a lot of stuff when I started out, I was doing the door to door.
Yeah.
Like before I started doing this. And Dude, it's so nuts for Amazon employees. It's a hard job that probably nobody really wants to do.
Yeah.
But it's like it's just all walking. I was never in better shape in my life. You know what I'm saying? And but you got to deal with fucking crazy ass dogs. Like poor dog owners who like their dog will be jumping on you with their muddy paws.
Yeah.
And they'll be having a conversation with you like, "Can you get your fucking dog off me?"
Yeah, dude.
Like I got attacked by a husky. Or St. Bernard, rather.
What?
Yeah, like, and the owner wasn't even home. I threw, this other time there was a bull mastiff that was out on the property, and I called and I was like, I got your package. Do you want to come out and get it? And the chick was like, do you want, I'm at my daughter's graduation. I'm busy right now.
Whoa.
Maybe you could just leave it on the driveway, all rude. So I threw her package to the dog and just let the dog tear it up and pull it off. But the husky caught me on, or the St. Bernard caught me on the back of the leg right below my ass.
Really?
I didn't even see it coming. So it said there was dangerous dogs on the property because it does tell you on your little app thing.
Really?
It has a little red paw. But then these two little like miniature pinscher things came running out like yip, 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 yip. I'm like, oh, these are the dangerous dogs? Dude, I got up to the porch and that motherfucker came storming around the house. Like
the dog from Sandlot came up.
Exactly. Like, no lie. It was an older dog. It was an older one. So it was like skinnier than like a regular St. Bernard. But that dude still had some fight in him. I beat the fuck out of him with the little phone they give you. That's all I had. I beat him until he like walked over and like just curled up on the ground.
No shit.
Yeah.
Dude. Holy
like
shit.
I felt bad, but like it was me or him because the owners weren't home.
Yeah.
And I'm out like in the country, out like by Geneva, out like by all the fucking like farmlands and shit.
Right.
Like I was like, I thought that dog had to die or
It's like
I was gonna die.
countryside Cleveland out there.
Yeah, it is like, you know, little country away from the country, I guess. City country.
A lot of times when I was doing DoorDash, it would send me out that way, and I would pull up on like horse farms and shit.
Oh yeah, dude, horse farms, and every driveway is like 3 miles long into like a fucking barn sitting there, like Jason Voorhees' mom's house and shit.
Dude, I remember one time I pulled up to this like it was a horse farm, and this lady had ordered a ton of food. I mean, I brought a ton of this shit. She gave me no fucking tip, and I got like $3 for the whatever DoorDash pays you for your delivery.
Yeah.
But I had to drive like 40 minutes out to these people from where they ordered the food from. I was so mad.
But is that just inexperience from DoorDash? Because I feel like they tell you the distance of it, and even sometimes they'll be like, I've only ever done DoorDash once, and I feel like every time it was like, this is outside of your area, and I made the mistake like a couple times. I was like, yeah, that's definitely worth it. And then I'd go straight to the middle of the fucking hood and be in dangerous situations, like, you know what I'm saying, like in bad neighborhoods.
I was in EC all of the time.
Yes.
East Cleveland, for anybody not familiar.
It depends on where you're at down there, because I used to always run the step van down there too, and I'd go past this deli every day, and it'd be just a group of dudes standing outside. And they'd be like, we're coming to get that fucking truck, and start running.
Oh, shit.
I'd be like, shit, if you catch it, you can have it, bro. Like, just pull off. Like, Amazon is a crazy, like, Amazon delivery is a crazy job that I think, like, not a lot of people could probably do. That's why there's such a high turnover rate. 'Cause it is a lot of bullshit. People are always fucking mad at you for no reason. They're like, deliver this shit to my back porch, and it'll just have like 20 signs that say, beware of dog. You hear the thing snarling on the other side. So you leave it right up against the fence. They're like, what are you doing? I said, put that shit by my back door. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm not walking back there. Fucking you walk into some dangerous situations where it's like fucking boards with nails everywhere and shit, like just overrun backyards. And they're like, yeah, just put it on my back porch. Like,
that is crazy. It's almost like these people are booby trapping you for the entertainment or something.
Right. It seems like that's all you deal with all day is just like, not every stop is like that, but on a daily basis, you probably deal with a few stops along the way, especially if you're in Barberton, dude. I've never been in a worse place than Barberton.
Really?
It's like redneck hood.
Yeah.
So it's all a bunch of just dirty white dudes with like 16 cars in their driveway that don't fucking work. They're taking the bus. Like, what are you talking about? Like, put one of those, take 16 of those cars and make them one car.
Yeah.
You have all the parts.
Yeah, never. I worked at Amazon in the factory. I didn't work as like a delivery guy.
Right. Well,
so,
I don't actually work for Amazon because they set it up so you can't like
Yeah, you're like a subcontractor.
Yeah. So then, even though they had like the one DSP, like the first Amazon that went on strike or whatever, it didn't matter because that was like a DSP of just a few people. That wasn't overall all their drivers went down, you know? And you can't really do that because you're not actually striking against Amazon. You're striking against your DSP. So that's how they keep like employees from like unionizing and striking and things like that, because you really can't, because it's all little tiny sects. You'd have to get everybody to do like that at once, and not everybody's unhappy, I guess.
Yeah, it's a smart way. I mean, Amazon always finds a loophole in the way to get through that shit.
Oh, yeah. They find a loophole in everything, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
They do some grimy ass shit, but...
When I worked at the one in Euclid, we had a section of this building that had pallets upon pallets upon pallets. As far as I could see, there was pallets of just stuff. They'd box it up, wrap the thing, and like just all kinds of cool shit was in these pallets. And I was told that once a year they would empty that area, ship it out to a plane, load up this plane, and fly that plane to Africa and just give them all that stuff.
Right.
And they'd write it off so that they didn't have to pay taxes.
Yep.
And I was told that all of these Amazon fulfillment centers, they were built to lose money for that purpose, so that they didn't have to pay taxes.
Yeah, like a tax write-off.
Yep.
Which makes sense. I mean, that's all big business, though. That's any, like, you know, any major thing. Like Pepsi probably does that shit.
Yeah.
You know, like, we're going to spend $3 billion on, you know, the Super Bowl, and then all the extra Pepsi, we're going to give it away to this country or something and write that shit off, you know, so it all comes out in the wash, you know?
So
like,
all these kids in Zimbabwe drinking Pepsis.
Hell yeah. Further poisoning the world. Like, it's not bad enough you're just poisoning America. Now you're spreading that shit.
They just dump it in the ocean.
Right. I mean, I heard like 30% of the ocean is actually Pepsi.
Dude, that's why the ocean tastes so good.
Right?
Refreshing.
No, that's why the ocean is undrinkable, actually. Is what you
That's why all the
say.
whales are washing up on shore.
Yeah, right.
Fucking Pepsi just getting dumped in there. They're paying African kids to just crack each can one by one and dump it in.
Right.
But yeah, it's time for our middle of the show break. We'll be right back after this quick break. Whoa.
Guardian Roadside Solutions is ready to help with your roadside emergencies serving the greater Cleveland area. They have the knowledge and experience to get you back on the move quickly, with staff available 24/7 to help with flat tires, tire damage, changes, fuel delivery, vehicle lockouts, dead battery, or new battery installs. If you find yourself or someone you know in this situation, call a Guardian at 440-833-6000.
Are you looking for a place to have custom t-shirts made for your business? Well, we have the place for you. Flathouse Press works with 100% eco-friendly material for all of you conscious folks. They can also put out orders in a fraction of the time large-scale competitors can. They are a fun, locally grown Cleveland original company. Go to flathousepress.com and check out the variety of party toys, headbands, and clothing in their catalog.
What's up? Jay Remy here, host of No Outlet Live. Are you considering or curious about how you can start your own podcast? Join Anchor. Anchor has everything you need to make a podcast for free. Monetize your podcast, one-click distribution, record from anywhere on the app, and they have unlimited free hosting. Download Anchor on the App Store or Google Play. Anchor, podcasting made easy.
All of our loved ones always die in December. I miss the night times that I can't remember. Venom-filled veins and stone-cold sedation. Drugs are amazing and I fucking hate it. Kick the dirt off from your heels, darling. There's hell inside of these eyes. Let's lose ourselves around the cold rings of Saturn tonight. Fade away deep down into the depths. I wanna be swept out to sea. Life can seem like an ill-conceived illusion. There's no solution for some sicknesses. My soul turns to stone and I sink into the abyss. Chasing pipe dreams has its drawbacks. And without you, the world would be a much worse place. And without you, this world would be a much worse place. And without you, this world would be a much worse place. Without you, this world would be a much worse place. Without you.
what's up?
Baby, let's go.
Welcome back to No Outlet Live.
Welcome back to No Outlet Live. Yeah, it's your boy Jarrod over here with ghost stories and shit.
Got them all. They're not real, but they're just stories.
True that. Let's just go right into the news.
No Outlet News. No Outlet News.
So, in one of our first stories, let's see if I could pull that up first, because I do have something that I have a video that covers some of it. Yes. Okay. So Will Smith.
Again? Dude,
Again.
You're about your Will Smith.
Dude, this one is pretty crazy. All right, good. This the news story won't pull up, but I do have a video already prepped for it. So, interview with this guy that used to work with him.
Okay.
And there's a lot of like confirmations that this dude did work with Will Smith quite a bit.
Right.
He knows him personally.
Okay.
He's in his memoir and all kinds of shit. He came out and did an interview with some lady on a podcast, and he started exposing Will Smith, said that he was on the set of something that Will was filming. This dude was on the production crew, and they needed Will on set. So they sent him to go find Will because nobody could find him.
Okay.
This dude said he's looking all over the place and can't find him. He goes to this other actor's dressing room, opens the door, and he sees Will Smith getting pounded out.
Oh.
And he said, in his words, he said Will was getting murdered. Okay.
All right, he's getting some good. You know what I'm saying?
I guess so. But he started exposing all this stuff and then trying to explain why Jada treats Will Smith the way she does. And how this dude says it is that Tupac was hung like a horse. That's why Jada still hung up on Tupac. And that Will Smith, in this guy's words, says he has a pinky toe.
Damn.
Not even the pinky finger. He says pinky toe, dude.
Okay.
This is TMZ covering this this new crazy interview.
With allegations that Will Smith was seen having sex with actor Dwayne Martin, everyone's wondering how Will and Jada will respond.
We suing.
Yes, they're suing.
So this guy that claims he was best friends and once worked for Will went on Tasha K's podcast and said that he walked in on Will and Dwayne years ago.
I opened the door to Dwayne's dressing room, and that's when I see
what he says was Dwayne having sex with Will.
Good Lord.
If it's true or not true, you don't say it.
Well, Will Smith's rep says the allegation is unequivocally false. And sources say Dwayne Martin believes the claim is so ridiculous he has no plan to respond. But we have been able to verify one statement made on this podcast.
Who needs enemies when they got friends like you?
That guy's a real jerk, huh?
That guy sucks. Yeah, it's so disgusting for this guy to say anything like that in the first place and then to put it on a podcast. Tasha K, no less. Tasha K got sued by Cardi B.
Who won $3.4 million.
What I think is weird is
in a
TMZ
defamation.
is like, that guy's fucking disgusting. What do you think your job is, dude?
Yeah.
Like, if you
It's the
heard
same
Will
thing.
Smith had a small, a pinky whatever toe.
A pinky toe dick.
Yeah, he had a pinky toe dick. They're coming out. We got pictures.
Yeah.
Like, paparazzi caught this. Like,
Yeah, they catch him outside of the airport. Hey, Will, what do you think about the allegations of your pinky toe?
Yeah, right.
That's exactly what they do. I don't know how they have an opinion on it.
Yeah,
or
that's
be
a
able
little
to,
backwards.
Yeah, that's the pot calling the kettle black.
Yes.
You know?
Like, he went out and did our job for us. We didn't make no money on that. Fuck that guy.
Why doesn't he work for TMZ?
All right.
Suit. And there may be another one on the way.
What do you say about the allegations? Anything you want to say?
Wait, they sued Cardi B?
That Tasha K girl that the dude did the interview with.
Yeah.
She got sued by Cardi B, and I guess Cardi B won $3 million, they just said.
That chick had $3 million. Who is Tasha K or whatever? That's like a huge podcast.
I guess I'm not positive about that. I'm
Right,
not
I never
familiar
heard
with
of
her.
it. Like, Not that I would think that she had $3 million laying around, like, to be sued.
I've never even heard of her podcast until that dude's interview blew
I've never
up.
even heard that name. So.
Yeah, me neither.
Right.
Yeah, so all of this is kind of throwing me for a loop. I mean, it's pretty wild. And, you know, who cares if Will Smith wants to get pounded out by Dwayne Martin?
Yeah, but fans of Will Smith, they probably at least want to catch the sex tape. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess so, man.
If that shit was on video, that'd be one of the most viewed videos of today, probably.
Now, I'm a conspiracy guy.
I wouldn't watch it, but
I used to dive deep into not Will Smith, but conspiracies.
You dived real deep into Will Smith.
But
who hasn't?
But there's always been conspiracy about Will Smith being gay.
Well, I think everybody in the movie industry is probably gay. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're all kind of all into that. Like,
they just do whatever. They just like doing people.
Yeah, because probably for most of those people, they have everything they could ever want. So they're like, why not try to get more? Like,
something
who cares?
taboo.
Like,
That's
like,
the only way to get them
something
up.
that's like off the table, you know, like, not supposed to be doing this. So, but
Yeah.
I already got so much money anyway. Like,
But come on, dive deep, Brad Pitt.
just trying to find my happiness. I have everything I'm sad. I must be missing something.
And it's Leo Decap.
It is Leo Decap. Just the tip, baby.
And there is no top cap.
Yes.
Old FBI files claim Donald Trump's second wife, Marla Maples, allegedly had an affair with this 90s singer. Can you guess who this singer is?
A 90s singer that would have
snatched up Donald Trump's second wife.
Is it someone that's like a world-renowned singer, like I would know,
Yes.
like off rip from the 90s, like biggest singer of the 90s?
Huge.
I can't even think of any singers from the 90s right now.
I know when I read this, I tried to play this game with myself, like who could it be?
Yeah.
And then I was just like kind of lost.
I mean, besides like grunge and stuff, I feel like was the 90s, but I don't think it's gonna be like Eddie Vedder or fucking Kurt Cobain. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they were hanging out with elitists. Like,
no, they weren't getting no Trump.
Is it George Michaels? I think he's 80s though.
You're getting close.
Rod Stewart.
Nope.
Who else? Let's see.
Now look, Donald Trump's second wife, she was a little baddie.
She's all right.
That's a hot 90s chick.
Maybe. I don't know.
I think so.
If that's the hottest chick they had in the 90s, I'm sorry.
I think that's a hot 90s chick. So, the person that snatched up Donald Trump's second wife was Michael Bolton.
Oh, fucking Bolton, bro.
Yeah, dude, look at this fly piece ass right
and
here.
And now it's so obvious. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. You know, one of my favorite songs with him is he did a song with Lonely Island, and it is so good. Dude, it's an incredible song. We can't play it here, but you have to listen to it.
Right.
Let me actually just look it up so you know the title of this song.
On a radio show, like a local radio show, they always play Michael Bolton's like singing Happy Birthday, and it changes whatever names. It's some website you go to, and it's like, today is your birthday.
Yeah.
It's like a Michael Bolton song. Yeah. I always thought that was funny.
I used to get that sent all the time on my birthdays, dude. And then there's like a hardcore metal one where it's like, happy birthday, Jeremy.
Yeah.
But the song is Jack Sparrow, and it's about Pirates of the Caribbean. Dude, it's so fucking funny. And Michael Bolton murders it on that song.
Right.
Yeah, I'm really into that one. But yeah, dude, Michael Bolton snatched up Donald Trump's second wife in the 90s.
Yeah.
He was a player. I mean, look at that chin.
He had to be. Dude, him and Kenny G fucking got so much pussy in the 90s.
Kenny G rules, dude. I love that guy.
Right. Kenny G's soundtrack in a lot of like marriages back then.
Yeah, for sure. Still.
When it was time to have sexy time, you put on some Kenny G.
Did you ever watch the documentary on Kenny G?
No.
Dude, there's a documentary about him, and his career was crazy. He started off, they were trying to hide who he was because he started off getting signed to do black R&B music. And he was working with and they were hiding who he was because they didn't want people to know he was white. So they kept on putting him on all these album covers where they would like change the photograph of him so you couldn't tell if it was a white or a black dude. And then he tried to go out on his own, and then once he started doing his own music, the whole jazz community started coming for his throat because they were mad that he was doing a version of jazz that wasn't exactly jazz.
Oh yeah.
But he was using like
see that.
the jazz thing, so they all hated him for it.
But
then he like took over, and they started making genres of music based on his music.
Right, which is cool.
It was like contemporary jazz or something that they made, and they extremely hated him at that point because he took all of the fame from jazz and just took it as his own.
Yeah. I don't know if I could listen to a whole jazz record though. Some Kenny G though.
But Kenny G.
I'm kidding. I don't think I've ever listened to one Kenny G song. I've heard him play like on TV and stuff. Like,
dude, I've spent hours at work playing Kenny G.
No shit. I don't know if I could. It's like elevator music, right?
Yeah, kind of. I love it though, dude. It rules.
I feel like he played the intro for like Silk Stockings back in the day.
Well, he played Kenny G plays that song, I'm Never Gonna Love Again. Got no rhythm.
Is that?
Yeah, dude.
Does
that's
he
Kenny
sing
G.
on it? Does
he plays the saxophone.
Okay. See, which is cool. I mean, that song is cool, but
Dude.
Kenny G didn't make it cool.
And
That
that's a
song was gonna
sexy
be.
song.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying like.
No, Kenny G made that song sexy.
I don't know. You get anybody who could play a little woodwind. You know what I'm saying? Little gay dude.
Playing that wooden flute. Cash Me Outside girl Bad Bobby reveals she made a whopping $18 million during her first month of OnlyFans.
That's believable.
She's got receipts. She shows it. And it's crazy because that all popped off.
Right.
The second she turned 18, she was like, I know how to capitalize again.
Well, yeah.
On the stupidity of Americans and horny dudes.
Well, the rap career wasn't working out so well for her. You know what I'm saying? She had to do something. I mean, what was her talent in the first place besides just being
a bitch on Dr. Phil?
Right. So you don't have talent in the first place, and you're like, I have the limelight though.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just shake my ass. You know what I'm saying?
Capitalized majorly.
I can't hate that. Like for real.
Yeah, it's the American dream.
Right. Because I don't necessarily think she's like. I mean, she looks good. Like, but I don't think she's like crazy good looking, you know, like where I'd be like, oh, I need to pay for an OnlyFans or whatever. Unless if it was, you know, that chick, this is the Catch Me Outside girl. Of course I'm gonna check that out for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So
like on Pornhub for free.
Right. But is there any way to make money on Pornhub as a creator? I wouldn't even know that.
I think they do, yeah. Anybody could be a creator on Pornhub, but you have to have the content that gets views.
But that's what I'm saying. I couldn't just like go put my dick up there and be like, yeah, $3.99 a month without any kind of publicity. She has the publicity behind it where it would work. You know
I also don't think it works like that. I think Pornhub gives you like I think they'll cash you out.
Cash you outside?
Yeah, they'll cash you outside. How about that?
Right.
But I think they cash you out, and you get that initial payment. They get whatever else, and then plus they put ads in the videos.
Well, I know
so
that's
they get
how
money
they
from
get
that.
paid is from the ads, but then so it's probably just like YouTube where they pay you ad revenue that they get from it, like as percentage of it or whatever, and all that kind of shit. I don't know, man. I don't know if it's a lucrative career. I never looked into it.
But check this out. This is her. She put this out on the internet. November 2021, she made $833,000.
It's not a bad month.
October, she made $1 million. September 2021, 1.5. Well, almost 1.6 million. August, $4 million. July, $3.1 million. June, $4.6 million.
Insane.
May 2021, $6.9 million. April of 2021, $18,148,436.44.
Right on.
That is insane.
Yeah, no lie.
And
But-
then ever since then, she went out and she did like a bunch of like she did like the same thing all celebrities do. She got like breast work. She
Oh,
went and got
really?
like the BBL and all that stuff. And I recall seeing a video of her regretting all of the work she got. And now she's like stepping back from like, she got like the lip filler and like all the injections in her face and
Right.
shit. And now she's like, she's growing up and realizing like, oh, maybe this isn't the best thing. She got all of her money and now she's able to like kind of, I don't know, become a responsible adult, I guess.
But do you become a responsible adult after everybody knows you as that? I don't think there's any time that she'll actually be respected, like in the limelight. I think
watched a
everything
video
she does
of
is
her
kind of
talking.
disrespectful.
I watched a video of her talking recently, and she sounded like she's, I don't know, growing up.
Did she drop all like the kind of like hood speak or whatever,
Yeah.
like and snapping her fingers and all
Yup.
that shit? Okay,
Yep.
well, that's cool. Like,
And she's like, she's cool with her mom now, and she's doing all right.
all of a sudden she got money, so now she got class.
her arch nemesis though, whoa Vicky, that girl on the other hand has doubled down.
I think that girl is funny though. Dude, I think what's the little girl? I'm the world's youngest fucking stunner out here. I think that all turned out to be a scam. Like her and her brother were scamming.
It
right?
was.
Yeah, that shit's insane.
And she's back doing it again.
No shit.
Lil Tay.
Lil Tay, yeah, dude, that shit's a crazy story. Like,
so Lil Tay just had another thing. I can't remember exactly what it was, but she just was back in the media this month doing something else. Oh,
You swatted my house, you fucking psycho.
You guys, Lil Tay.
this is Lil Tay. She's trying to get her dad put in jail because they're saying that it was actually their dad that was up to all
Set
this.
him up?
Oh man,
well,
trying
wasn't
to
something
think.
about they put out that her brother was dead or something? Was that the story?
Yeah, that was a recent one.
Gotcha.
They
Okay.
said that they were both like missing or something.
Gotcha. I vaguely remember, but who really cares about Lil Tay like that to where you're like paying attention?
Right. That's why I'm not too familiar about what's all going on. Lil Tay speaks out on death hoax and blames her parents for everything.
Damn, they're like, this is another hustle for some money. Like,
Yeah, but she knows they all know how to keep her in the media.
yeah, they definitely did because I was still talking about her.
Yeah.
And that hasn't been a thing for a long time, so I know that. But that was just recent, like with the whole disappearance or whatever. So it's always just a way to keep them in the limelight, I feel like. So
Yep.
maybe it was her parents, you know, like,
Yeah.
you're running out of money. You might want to do something so you could get the fucking move out of my house. Like,
Yep.
flossing all these fake cars and all this money
Yeah.
you ain't got. Like, you're
Well,
living here. Let's get you some real money.
The first thing, one of the first things that they did was they showed her in a Lambo, but it was actually her father's lawyer's Lambo.
Right.
And then when he saw it, he was like, "What are y'all doing with it? Like, out here trying to act like you're balling out, but you're like, you got my car all over the internet, and you're acting like this little girl owns it."
Yeah.
And like he got mad at the family over that.
Shit, I would too, because like people that he knows that know that dude is a respectable man sees
Yeah.
some little kid in his car, like,
Yeah.
oh, you bought your daughter that kind of car,
Yeah.
like associate that shit with them,
They're like, is it Little Tay your one of your clients?
yeah,
What
right.
is this?
Right. It's a bad look, I'm sure. I think all those people are just a bad look altogether. Like, why would you want to present yourself in that way? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you know it's mostly an act. You know the
Yeah.
camera goes off and they don't really act like that 24 hours a day. They
Dude,
can't.
Paris Hilton just came out and said that her whole thing was an act when she was younger.
Well, it always was. You don't remember like her and what's Lionel Richie's daughter?
Shit. Tara Reid?
No, her name is Richie. Nicole Richie,
Nicole
right?
Richie, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. They
I
had
said
like
Tara
that.
Reid.
Yeah, right. Hey, it could have been. You know,
They
she,
looked alike.
Yeah, I was gonna say like they need to go on Maury and you know, get one of them paternity tests. But Man, I lost my train of thought again too.
Nicole Richie.
Oh, they both did that show. That was where she started, where anybody even heard of Paris. So it was all an act in the first place.
Yeah.
And then it was just like, let's just go with that. Why not be world's biggest fucking horror socialite, you know?
Yeah, it was crazy because I just saw an interview with Paris Hilton like this week.
Right.
And she seemed like a fucking super normal ass person. She was super smart.
Oh, yeah.
She used to portray herself as like one of them stereotypical dumb blondes.
Well, because that's what was cool back then. Like everything back then was totally like over sexualized. No matter what it was, it just like whatever you watched, it just had revolved around like celebrities and sex tapes and all that kind of stuff. Like, you know, probably a lot of like, you know, overstepping boundaries and things about what you know about the celebrities from back then and shit.
Right.
And now everything's like, I don't know, calm. I don't like it no more. Let's go back to the days.
I know, the surreal life. And
let's go back to the days of, you know, real entertainment.
Yeah. Yeah, midgets peeing in the corner drunk.
Yes. Dude, that whole show, if you just start watching that, like, from the first episode till the end, it's chaos the whole time. It's awesome.
Joe Rogan gets replaced from the #1 spot by News Show as his $200 million worth Spotify deal comes close to expiring. Dude,
what's the new show?
So I was reading this earlier. I finally did a little research, but it was only because this one really caught my attention like deeply. I love watching Joe Rogan, and I know that he's got the biggest fan base of any show ever.
Oh yeah, it would be hard for somebody to top it. So who is it?
They say that's Trevor Noah.
Trevor Noah?
Trevor Noah's podcast, What Now, dethrones Joe Rogan. I do not believe this.
Well, the problem with that is like Trevor Noah is always like a hard left dude.
Yeah.
So he only has like the hard left people, and then everybody else is against him.
Yeah.
But Joe Rogan has both sides.
He has
all
everybody.
The time, everybody, and he's always open to their conversations. I wouldn't listen to Trevor Noah because I feel like without even hearing the show, I already know what it is. It's just smack talking on everything that he doesn't like about their side of things, and like taking strong stances on things that maybe
being
not
super
everybody
liberal,
agrees with. Yeah,
one of these super liberals,
right? And not even super liberal, but like whenever I'm listening to a podcast or something, whenever somebody's like just standing on like their morals, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is how I feel about something very strongly, and anybody who tests that, you know, it's this big debate. I feel like when you watch Joe Rogan, even if he doesn't agree with you, he's kind of like, I don't agree with you, but I understand. You know what I'm saying?
And he debates it, and he tries to like find logic in both sides. That's why I love Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
And also, like, his show incorporates everything. There's comedy, there's science, there's history, there's animal life, there's everything.
Which, is there that same thing on Trevor Noah?
I highly doubt that.
That's why I think it's weird, because I can ask almost anybody about Joe Rogan, and they'll be like, yeah, of course I've heard some Joe Rogan before. How many people you think you'd walk down the street and be like, you know, you watch Trevor Noah's fucking podcast? They'd be like, who? Most people. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't know. If you didn't see him on Comedy Central, do you really know who he is?
They're saying in this article, Spotify, let me scroll down and highlight this. Spotify has recently signed contracts with popular podcasts, ones such as Trevor Noah's latest, the What Now podcast featuring Dwayne Johnson, which garnered loads of attention. The debut episode is so popular it dethroned Joe Rogan. Oh, they're saying that one episode got like a shit ton of views. But that's because of The Rock.
Oh, yeah. He draws a big crowd wherever he goes.
Now, I could have swore that The Rock was just on Joe Rogan's podcast. Maybe I'm wrong. I haven't checked Joe Rogan's show. I haven't looked at it in like a week or two. So I don't know what his latest episodes are, who he had on.
I never know what the latest episodes are. I just like I'll see like episodes I want to see, like Elon Musk and things like that, where I'm like, oh, that interests me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like I thought it was cool, like during the election that he had, like, you know, everybody on there, like Bernie Sanders and Candace Owens. You kind of got to hear everything.
Yeah.
Fucking what's his face, the skinny Jewish guy. who can't get his wife wet.
Who is that?
What is his name?
I love the description of him.
No, when I say I can't believe I can't remember his name right now. Just type that in, like skinny Jewish guy who can't get his wife wet, and it'll come up. Like, swear to God, that was the thing. Because he spoke out against Cardi B because he thought it was gross, and then he said somebody doesn't even get his wife wet. Like
Ben Shapiro?
Ben Shapiro.
Oh, shit. Who said they can't get his wife wet?
You remember when that song, Cardi
WAP.
B, like WAP or whatever?
Yeah.
Like, he was speaking out against it, and he was saying some stuff about not being able to turn on his wife like that or something. I forget what the actual context of what he's saying was, but he basically said
He was probably
just,
like, that's disgusting, and you shouldn't be told to the youth. And they're like, no, you just lame. You can't do it to your wife.
Oh, I think he said he couldn't do it to his wife.
What?
Something like that. I don't know. I can't remember the clip, but that was a thing. Like, and I know he is in a bunch of memes. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like his little rant about the wet ass pussy. You know what I'm saying?
Now I gotta find it. Man, I can't find it.
Yeah, like the original.
Yeah, it's flooded with just him singing WAP, probably with
well, it's probably just a bunch of reaction videos, but probably all is that like that that Steven Crowder one right there. Oh, the one right next to it is probably like a clip of it too. So I think that is what he's wearing, but he goes on like the rant.
See, contrary to the peculiar narcissism of many West, there are lots of people around the world who don't think like we do, who don't actually care about their children the way we do, which is why they hide rocket launchers behind their own kids, who will willingly murder Jewish babies just
Of course, Ben Shapiro. Yeah, but I don't believe that that nobody's podcast is gonna dethrone Joe Rogan.
Not
That's
right
impossible.
now. I mean, there has to be the next big thing. Just like, you know, there was Johnny
right.
Carson,
Right.
and then there's, you know.
But like Joe Rogan's got a bigger show than anything on network TV.
Oh, yeah.
To say that Trevor Noah's taking him out of that spot is ridiculous.
Well, that's what I couldn't understand because it was just that one episode, obviously.
Yeah.
But if you're only playing to one base and you're not overall, I don't think you could beat out Rogan. You'd have to be somewhere in the middle because that's what people really want is just someone who's fair and in the middle. And I feel like Rogan is that.
Yeah, and that article worded it as like a clickbait thing so that they could, so that they didn't explain it fully. That episode did better than Joe Rogan's recent episode or something.
Yeah, which,
you know,
fine. That's
yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Rogan's
everybody
got a lot
gets
in the
one.
bag. But there's probably some major like Joe Rogan fans that read that and they're like, "Are you out of your goddamn mind?
Yeah,
Who's
dude.
this motherfucker?"
That was
You know?
me.
Yeah, like
That was
you know,
me,
like,
dude.
Right, and then they go and check him out. So it's good publicity for him, I guess. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe he paid for that article.
Probably.
Ooh,
He probably wrote it.
This one's deep right here. Snoop Dogg came out on the media and said he's done with smoking.
Dude, I heard that.
Yeah.
We also remember when Snoop Dogg went reggae. You know what I'm saying? He's done
Snoop
a lot.
Lion.
Right. Yeah.
Right now, he's still Snoop Lion.
Yeah, he is lying to himself.
He lying
He's-
like a motherfucker.
You know that man ain't quitting smoking weed.
Now, this is another thing I heard on the radio show I be listening to. They were saying that this might be a deal for him to sell edibles.
Well, he already has like his own like shit that they sell in dispensaries.
That's what I was kind of thinking when that was said. Like, he
So
already
it's just
does
more
that.
publicity for it, you know.
But yeah, maybe he is actually quitting smoking.
Yeah, he's like smoking isn't cool anymore. You need these brownies. No.
Snoop announced on Thursday that he is giving up smoke. Fans quickly responded with doubtful comments such as, "But not weed, right?"
Yeah, right.
He has a cannabis line called Leafs by Snoop that was launched in 2005. Here's the tweet right here. "After much consideration and conversation with my family, I've decided to give up smoke. Please respect my privacy at this time."
What picture? That's a bad picture of him. He looks really like
He
old
used,
right there.
he used to like do live streams. He'd just wake up and start live streaming. I think this is a picture, like a screenshot of it.
Nice. He looks like an old lady. You
Yeah.
know, right there for some reason. Like
Yeah, he looks like a grandmama.
You know, he's got the curlers in under there and shit. Got it wrapped tight.
Followers are convinced he's joking, with several pointing that it's not April Fool's Day. Others speculated they didn't say anything about giving up edibles or vaping. Vaping is smoking, though.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much, I don't know. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. Then, we got one last article here we'll cover. Dana Carvey and his wife announced the death of their 32-year-old son due to an accidental drug overdose.
Always gets him, man. That's sad.
Yeah, it is sad, man. Dana Carvey is supposed to be coming back with new movies. I remember he just did he just went around and did a bunch of podcasts where he was talking about filming some new stuff.
Really?
Yeah, he was supposed to be making a comeback.
I feel like I only know him from Wayne's World and Master of Disguise.
Yeah, dude, Turtle.
Yeah, am I not turtley enough for the Turtle Club?
He made a statement on social media. It's attributed to Dana and Paula, a reference to Dana Carvey and Paula Zwagerman. Dex Carvey's parents, they're also parents of Thomas Carvey. Dex packed a lot into 32 years. He was extremely talented at so many things: music, art, filmmaking, and comedy. And he pursued all of them passionately. Oh, that's what he was promoting. Dana Carvey is supposed to be coming out with a comedy special.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was
I'd
doing
watch
stand-up. Saying that they'll miss him forever. Dex was a beautiful person. He was struggling with addiction. Or to anyone struggling with addiction or loves someone struggling with addiction, you are in our hearts and prayers. Not sure what they said. How is it accidental? And I'm wondering, like, what he was doing.
I don't think anybody means to overdose. It's always accidental.
This is like giving off like heroin vibes. You know what I mean?
Probably, most likely.
That's usually what an accidental overdose is, or pills.
I mean, something you need Narcan for.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could definitely be pills too.
Yeah, so it's sad. My heart goes out to you, Dana Carvey. I hope you hope you get some recovery from that.
For sure.
All right, let's go into some fun videos. We got a high school bully here.
Get him nice.
Oh, damn. Oh, I hope he beats him up.
Can you guess who the bully is?
Is it the little kid?
The little guy's a bully.
Damn, he flexed a muscle on him. Like,
Yeah, he
you
did.
see this muscle? I'm about to catch these hands.
You a man? You a man or you a win? Damn.
I was about to say, how is that dude bullying anybody? Especially a dude that big. Are you serious?
Look, he punched him.
So you can get a couple hits in, but look, oh, he's going to hold him while the other dude beat him? Damn. All right, you deserve that.
Yeah.
See, I was rooting for him because I was like, this little kid's about to get punked on. But then he was the one talking shit.
Yeah,
like,
why was he being an aggressor?
Yeah.
He was like, what are you, a man or are you a sissy? Dude was like, I've had enough of this.
Caught him cold, though. That was a nice shot, though. I could tell that dude,
Dude.
has thrown that punch a few times.
And he's
right?
strong because he wasn't even like in a squared up stance.
Yeah, but he just lands it clean. Oh, I just saw that shit on the replay over here.
You got instant replay.
even the noise it made, like
Dude,
that
that
is
crack
clean,
was
clean,
so good.
right?
There's another fight. This one,
that
there was
dude's about to wreck shit.
Yeah, dude. There were some guys trying to jump the owner of a restaurant or some store out here on the strip, and this big giant dude came there to his rescue.
Oh yeah. And that's cool. Like,
Yeah.
if you see someone getting like
jumped,
fucked up, yeah, by a bunch of people, you stand up.
Yeah.
That's commendable.
Yeah. Yeah, I love this guy.
Hell yeah. Especially because I'd be running if I saw that dude walk up to me. I'm like, all right, this is no longer a fight for me.
Yeah. He's one of the type of people with 22-inch arms.
Yeah.
Look, he's just holding him down with
He's
his
like, I'm
foot.
not even fighting you. Like, let me up. Like, he's like, no.
He is holding him down with his foot.
He tried to roll up under the bus to get away from me. He's like, not today. I'll just step on your ass.
Oh my God. So hold on. Have you ever seen people do the mime of like the invisible wall?
Yeah.
Dude, have you ever seen it this flawlessly?
No, dude. That was good though, like.
Dude, flawless.
Yeah.
He even like had a
That's
noise.
talent.
He must have like kicked his toe into like, you know, when the elevator door opens, there's that little track. I think he like kicked it to make a noise.
Oh yeah, because it definitely did make the thud. That's why I was like, that's pretty good. Like,
this kid's hilarious, dude.
you wouldn't press on it lightly though. You're like, yeah, I'm just gonna. It's gonna totally support my weight.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like I would have done the same dumb move as that guy.
That's hilarious though, and I would have laughed if you'd have done it too. Oh, I know this. Dude. Wait, did it blow that dude up? Like,
no, but it was very close to. This is a literal cannon.
Yeah, I've seen them make those. They usually put them on the ground though, and they like shoot up in the air like 50 feet. He's trying to hold that shit. That's
It's a fucking trash cannon.
Yeah, a trash cannon. No, play one.
Dude, oh my God. That is hardcore.
That's hilarious. So how do you make those? We should look those up on the internet. We should make them. Like,
I'm down for that. I love exploding stuff.
Because does it actually shoot anything out of it?
It looked like paint or something came out of there, like white stuff came out.
Okay, because I feel like they usually have those on the ground and they do that and they just blow in the air. I never seen them have anything coming out of them though. Like I think it's just gases and stuff in there.
Well, what's really weird is, if you look, this guy's lighting a wick on the back end of it. When I first saw this, I was assuming it was like maybe like a potato gun style thing.
Right.
But no, it has like a wick. They did something crazy there. Looks like fun.
Yeah. Dude, I want to do that. Let's look that up and see if we can make those happen.
For sure. A trash cannon.
Yes. Trash cannon.
We got a new airplane lady.
Get off, please! Is there someone that can help provide assistance? I am being trafficked! I am being human trafficked! I am being human trafficked!
Is she really being human trafficked or is she just causing a scene?
She's causing a scene for
what
sure.
A bitch.
Yeah.
Don't say that shit all like playing because you're gonna
with like the airplane staff is not going to traffic you.
I'm being trafficked off of this fucking plane. This is ridiculous. Like,
Leave me alone! Guys! Girls! No! No! If they have your family hostage, don't believe it! They use fucking emotional manipulation! This is not real! No! Fucking leave me alone!
Dude, I hope next weekend when I fly out to the west, I hope I see something like this on the plane. I want to be the person with that video. And then we'll premiere it here and go live on NoOutletLive with it. And then last but not least, we have a genius here that blows fire and catches his whole head on fire.
Oh man, and no, you don't have anybody there with like a blanket or something, like just in case.
Nope, not one bit.
I feel like usually when you do that, you gotta have like the ambulance off to the side just in case. Like you gotta send in the crew, save the day.
It's like it retracted back to his face. The flame did, and he still had like his mouth coated with that stuff.
Well, because he must have got the liquid on his face somehow,
Yeah.
like that. It would go like it would just catch your whole face.
First mistake is to be a flame blower or whatever they call it.
Right.
And have a beard.
I was just going to say that. Like, that's automatically asking for at least a little bit, of kindling,
Yeah.
But what do I know? I don't blow a lot of fire or anything for that matter.
You only blow flamers.
Yeah. he turned into an instant flamer.
Yeah, he did. Did you blow him?
Not at that point. I might blow him out. Sorry, bud.
All right. That's been an episode of No Outlet Live. We will not see you next week because I do believe that is Thanksgiving weekend, and I will be flying out to the west side of the country. Until then, we will see you guys. Peace.
We'll see you next time. This has been No Outlet Live.